Hey, peace, fam. Absolute salute. Enter the boss, aka Enter the God. And I'm tapping in again. I gotta continue reading, man. The magnum opus of melanin. Hey, let me tell you something real quick, though. Real talk. It is amazingly empowering reading something that you put together yourself that has been published with that real number on that thing. You feel me? That real barcode. That go crazy. But understand that all of this was a part of the melanin activation. So I put these books together because I felt it. I felt what was coming through. So I put it together and I'm giving it to you so that you could feel the same feeling that me and my wife have been feeling for these past couple of years. It is going down. Oh, I mean, y'all see it all over the internet. Anyway, let me rock off chapter 2. Let me turn this down a little bit. Hey, look, let me rock off chapter 2. This thing really go crazy, right? Listen, chapter 2, man, the 12-strand blueprint, a quantum genetic analysis, the central dogma and its limitations. Mainstream genetics is built upon the central dogma of molecular biology, first articulated by Francis Crick in 1958. This model posits a one-way flow of information. DNA is transcribed into messenger RNA, mRNA, which is then translated into proteins. DNA is the master blueprint, the unchanging code that dictates the form and function of the organism. This model has been incredibly successful, leading to the mapping of the human genome and the development of genetic engineering. However, it is profoundly incomplete. It presents a picture of a static, deterministic, and ultimately unintelligent system. It is the genetic equivalent of a clockwork universe. The central dogma fails to explain several key phenomena. 1. The complexity paradox. The human genome contains approximately 20,000 through 25,000 protein coding genes. This is only slightly more than a roundworm and far fewer than many species of plants. How can such a small number of genes account for the vast complexity of a human being? 2. Junk DNA. I stop right there because that question, that's the end of that question, you feel me? And that's one of the questions that mainstream genetics fails to answer. The next thing they fail to explain is junk DNA. Over 98% of the human genome does not code for proteins. For decades, this was dismissed as junk DNA, evolutionary debris with no function. This is an astonishingly arrogant and unscientific assumption. Nature is not wasteful. The idea that 98% of our genetic code is useless is a monumental testament to the limitations of the central dogma. 3. Epigenetics. The field of epigenetics has demonstrated that environmental factors, lifestyle choices, and even thoughts and emotions change the way our genes are expressed without altering the DNA sequence itself. This is achieved through mechanisms like DNA methylation and histone modification, which acts as switches that turn genes on or off. This proves that the flow of information is not one way. It is a dynamic dialogue between the organism and its environment. To understand the true nature of our genetic blueprint, we must move beyond the central dogma and embrace a quantum genetic model. In this model, DNA is not just a chemical sequence. It is a quantum antenna, a biological liquid crystal that is in constant communication with the holographic field of the universe. We are obviously talking about melanin. The quantum genetic model. DNA is a bioantenna. The double helix structure of DNA is not just a convenient way to store information. It is a masterpiece of quantum engineering. It is a helical antenna, perfectly designed to receive and transmit electromagnetic and acoustic signals. The Russian biophysicist and molecular biologist Dr. Peter Garyaev and his colleagues pioneered this field of wave genetics. Their research has shown that DNA exhibits several quantum properties. Phantom DNA effect. Garyaev discovered that even after a physical sample of DNA was removed from a spectrometer, its electromagnetic signature, or phantom, remained. This phantom field was capable of influencing other biological systems, demonstrating that the information of the DNA is stored in a non-local energetic field. DNA as a language. Gareyev's team analyzed the 98% of junk DNA and found that it follows the same grammatical and syntactical rules as human language. It is not junk. It is a code, a text, a set of instructions that we are only just beginning to decipher. Listen, this go crazy. I know you hear this. Wave-based gene expression. They demonstrated that they could transmit genetic information such as the instructions for regenerating a pancreas in a diabetic rat using a modulated laser beam. The information itself, carried on a wave, was enough to trigger the biological response without any physical gene transfer. This proves that DNA can be programmed by coherent light and sound. Movies, TV series, music videos. Wake your game up, they running necromancy on us. Check it out, man. The research leads to a revolutionary conclusion. DNA is a biocomputer that reads and writes reality using waves. The 98% of non-coding DNA is not junk, it is the operating system. It is the code that interprets the incoming waves of information from the environment and from consciousness, and then instructs the 2% of protein coding genes on how to construct the physical body. Listen, that horn on that beat go crazy. I gotta run that again because this is a victory. Listen, it says, this research leads to a revolutionary conclusion. DNA is a biocomputer that reads and writes reality using waves. 98% of non-coding DNA is not junk. It is the operating system. It is the code that interprets and the incoming waves of information from the environment and from consciousness, and then instructs the 2% of protein coding genes on how to construct the physical body, on how to construct the physical body. You are what you think. You are what you eat. You are how you feel. Listen, the 12-strand DNA blueprint, remembering our cosmic heritage. Remembering our cosmic heritage. This thing go crazy. This beat that's about to make me read too fast and start messing up. But listen, check it out. If our DNA is a quantum antenna, what is it designed to receive? The ancient wisdom traditions, from the Vedic texts to the Mayan prophecies to the esoteric teachings of the Kemetic mystery schools, all speak of a time when humanity was a far more advanced species, a race of cosmic beings with godlike abilities. These traditions often speak of a higher order genetic structure, a 12-strand DNA blueprint. Hold up, I need some water. All right, so I'm back. Listen, I'm gonna run this 12-strand blueprint, remembering our cosmic heritage, and this is the last section I'm gonna read because this thing long, but listen, this part about to blow you away. Watch this. This thing go crazy. Okay, this little beat right here go crazy too. Look, this is not to say that we had 12 physical strands of DNA in the double helix. That is a misunderstanding of the concept. The 12 strands refer to the activation of the full quantum potential of the DNA molecule. The 2 physical strands of the double helix are the hardware. The 10 additional strands are energetic, interdimensional, and correspond to the activation of the 98% of the so-called junk DNA. They are the software, the program, the connection to the higher dimensions of our being. Each of these 10 genetic strands corresponds to a layer of the biohologram and a specific set of abilities. Strands 1 and 2, the physical double helix, governing basic biological function. Strand 3, the emotional body, the ability to master the emotional spectrum. Strand 4, the mental body, the ability to master thought and belief. Strand 5, the astral body, the ability to travel in the astral realms, lucid dreaming, out-of-body experiences. Strand 6, the etheric body, the ability to perceive and manipulate subtle energy, auras, chakras. Strand 7, the causal body, the ability to understand and clear karmic patterns. Strand 8, the celestial body, the ability to communicate with higher dimensional beings, guides, angels, ascended masters. Strand 9, the Ketheric body, not the etheric body, the Ketheric body, the ability to access the soul's blueprint and purpose, the feminine. Strand 10, the galactic body, the ability to access galactic consciousness and history. Oh, that sounds like the Akashic Records. Anyway, strand 11, the universal body, the ability to access universal consciousness and the laws of creation. And strand 12, the divine body, the ability to merge with the source to achieve full enlightenment and sovereignty. In our current downgraded state, most of humanity is operating on only the first 2-3 strands. The other strands are dormant, their connections severed, their programs inactive. The process of spiritual evolution, of awakening, is the process of systematically reactivating these dormant strands, of remembering our full 12-strand divine blueprint. Hey, this shit go crazy. We talking immortality sauce right here. Stay tuned, man. You are one of the chosen few. Me too. Peace, fam. Absolute salute. And so is my beautiful wife. She go crazy. She putting the gas pedal down on marketing this thing. You hear me? Do you hear me? Can you say, do you hear me? Man, can you say, Dr. Chu Pukram? Let's go. Let's go. Peace, fam. Absolute salute. Straight up.